Hello guys, in this video I'll be sharing some tips how to become more confident and increase your self-esteem. Firstly, I'd like to say who is a confident person. So the confident person is someone who knows one's value, who know what he or she wants from this life and not afraid to represent it to the society. Also, they know their strength and their weaknesses, and they have in general a really optimistic view on themselves, and they are sure that world would provide them what they want. They trust this world. Also, this is a persistent person. He or she wouldn't hesitate to ask for something they need as long as it might take them to get it. But on the other hand, it doesn't mean that this person is some jerk who is just lying all day in bed and disrespect everyone and think that this world owes them something and they shouldn't do anything. No, these people are respectful. They're just not afraid to represent themselves, and they treat everyone with politeness and respect. Firstly, you define what do you want. What is your goal and your motivation in communication with a certain person. Secondly, you think how is it better to express it to this person and communicate it. Then, if it didn't work, this person didn't hear you or something, he could just not understand you, So you try it again. Things I said are so easy to say, but not as easy to do. So for these people who want to be more confident, but who can't even mumble their desires out to the society, can't represent themselves anyhow, there are a few tips which I can share here, and it will help you to increase your self-esteem. The first thing, as Sigmund Freud said, being entirely honest with oneself is a good practice. So it's really true, and firstly, as you remember, is to know what do you want from this life and from this communication, what are your goals and motivation. So you should be honest with yourself to define it, to define your true desires, because otherwise you will have nothing to represent to the world. You should know what you want to ask for, firstly. The second thing is to change your attitude towards yourself and probably to the entire life. Imagine some really sweet baby who is learning how to walk, or a kitten, or a puppy, whoever. Someone cute who you really like and love, and for whom you can feel really sweet, warm feelings. So the baby is learning how to walk, and suddenly baby falls down. What is your reaction? Would you shout at this baby who is not even like 1 year old? Would you say, you are an idiot, you're so stupid, you can't even walk, you fell down again? Would you say something like this? I'm sure that you wouldn't. You'd probably say, oh, it's such a sweet baby. He's so sweet when he's learning how to walk. Oh, he fell down again, or she, so it means that he and she can stand up and continue to walk, continue to learn. It can be really cute for you as well. Then why can't you treat yourself the same way as you treat these babies, or as you treat kittens or puppies? Who is this person who defines how adults should treat themselves? Who said that you can't treat yourself nicely? Who said you can't love yourself? That you can't praise yourself? Where is this criteria written? I don't know. Of course, I know who defined it. Your caregivers or your parents who taught you that, they defined these criteria for you. But you are an adult now, and now there is no one who defined it, only you. I think it doesn't matter how old you are, if you're 20 or 40 or 60 or 100 years old or more, you still have this inner child inside you who really needs your love and support. And it doesn't matter really. You can always take care of yourself, you can always praise yourself, be sweet and kind towards yourself. And age is definitely not the criteria here. Also consider to think we say nowadays that we are all equal, that we are not better or worse than other creatures. You can definitely have a right to treat yourself the way you want, the way that you would treat another sweet and cute creatures here. So you're not worse than this baby, and you're not worse than this kitten. Also, you may think that, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not worth it, and other things, but what exactly are you not good enough? Do you know these criteria as well? If you know the criteria, if it's, let's say, if it's a certain skill you should develop, or it's for your job or something, then you can always work on your skill the way as I just explained before, in a supportive and nice way. And if you say just in general, like you're not good enough, again, for what? Even if there's no job or skill or anything, what are you not good enough for? And for whom? For whom exactly? For universe. For universe, everyone is the same. Everyone is equal no matter what they do. For whom? Who is that person for whom you're not good enough? I have an idea that it could be someone from your childhood as well, but you should realize it now that for this God and universe, you are like the same as this sweet animal, the same as this lovely baby who is learning how to walk. You are not worse and not better than other life creatures in this world, and you are a very, very small thing to this world as a biological being. So you can really take it easy and just let yourself treat you nice and love yourself finally. So we all kind of guess where this bad attitude to yourself comes from. It comes from childhood, from your parents or other caregivers, depending who it was. So I'll say parents, but you can think about whoever it was to you back then. So the thing is that you can imagine your ideal parents. How your ideal parents would look like, how would they act, what would you like for yourself as a child or even as an adult from your parents, what kind of attitude, who are these parents, how would they act and treat you, and then just kind of change these negative toxic phrases which you tell yourself to how would your wise, clever and kind parents treat you. What would your nice, lovely mom tell you? What would your father tell you or other caregiver? What would they tell you? How would they support you? And instead use these imagination things to support yourself in a difficult situations. The next thing is to play self-confidence. Don't take life so seriously. Have some fun. Imagine your best version of yourself, the most confident version. How would you act? How would you say it? How would you walk, speak? What kind of voice would you have? And just start to make it. Start to act. How would it be for you if you were already like this? And slowly you would notice that from this game it starts to be a new habit for you and you actually start to really feel more confident. Another really similar thing here is just again to act confident but some certain things. So put your chin up like this or somehow sit straight and stand straight, straighten your back, and every time something unpleasant happens to you, something what can threaten your self-esteem, something what is difficult for you to handle, every time something like this happens, you should do it like straighten your back tune up, and if you speak, try to speak a bit louder every time. Also, it works the same way, that you firstly do it and then you do it mechanically firstly, yes, and then you get used to that and your body start to react on this behavior, and you start to believe that you are doing better and you change this way. Okay, the next thing is to do something what pushes your comfort zone. What really makes you do something difficult or fearful for you, but you still accomplish that. It actually doesn't have to be anything extreme, obviously. You shouldn't do something what can destroy your well-being and make you depressed. So you remember about these small steps which you accomplish every day, and it's already an achievement. So you do that, just a small step a day, and it already makes your mood better. You start to feel more positive and more positive towards yourself, and respect yourself more, that you're not just someone laying down all day and doing nothing, that you're part of this world. And yes, it really helps. And of course, the more you get out from your comfort zone, the more used you get to doing that. So obviously, if something was really fearful for you before, the more you start to do it, the less fearful it becomes for you later. That's how you also gain some confidence. And the next thing, which is the last one, is I said, like in the first part of the video, I said don't mumble, but you can practice how you should practice somehow, like being confident. Yes, as I said in the previous step, you should break your comfort zone. Get out from there. How would you get out from your comfort zone if you're not trying at all, right? So you can find someone who you trust, your friend, or try it in some communication which is not really important for you. You can try there as well. You should even try to mumble. Try to say the thing you really want the most possible way for you at the moment. The most shy and the most embarrassing way, but just try to say it. And later, when you start to say it however you can, slowly start to delete these not confident words from your phrase. So if you say like, oh, I would like to talk to you, but I don't know how to say, and if you don't want it, it's okay, and it's fine, and yes. So if you mumble like this, or you can't really formulate what you want to say, or you devalue yourself somehow, also like, and I understand that I'm not good for it yet, but I just decided to try. Maybe you can help me in this a little bit. So all these phrases, all these words which devalue you, which make you look not that confident, you slowly start to delete one by one from your phrases, and slowly you get into the point where you can express yourself in a really confident way. So guys, of course, it's really important to work on everything in a complex, because if you don't have a good self-esteem, if you don't have a positive view on yourself, then it could be really difficult to express and represent yourself into the world and get something from this world. Because in the environment, we always exchange something. We give something to the environment and we take something from the environment. So you can't always only give to the environment, then it would be like a disbalance for you, and it can make you really unhappy and depressed. And to take something from environment sometimes can be really scary and difficult. That's why I have this video here, and you can practice all these things in complex.